All right, so hey YouTube, my name is Brittany, and I've been having a YouTube page, but I'm just now posting, and I am posting about the gastric sleeve surgery, VSG, which stands for vertical sleeve gastrectomy. I had my procedure done January 5th, 2022, and I just thought that I would make a video diary of some sort. One, to help hold me accountable, because if I'm making videos, I want to see myself get smaller in these videos. And to also give out information, valuable information that a lot of people don't know, scared to ask. They don't think to ask the doctor because it's an overwhelming thing. So yeah. So I'm just gonna cover the basis in this video, and basically, so I had my surgery done at Northeast Baptist Hospital in San Antonio, Texas. My surgeon's name was Dr. John Pilcher. Now it's weird because I live in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It wasn't like, oh, I just want to go to San Antonio to have this surgery. It was actually a requirement for my insurance, and that was the closest surgical center that they would pay for. So that's how I ended up there. But he was a great doctor, love him to death. It was a great hospital. Everything went smooth, so no complaints. So the first thing I really wanted to talk about was Carrum Health. I work at Walgreens, and our insurance, like we have United Healthcare insurance, and with United Healthcare, for any bariatric surgery, it's going to be covered through Carrum Health. What was great about it was that it was 100% covered. I didn't have to pay my deductible. I didn't have to pay max out of pocket. I literally paid nothing. And then on top of me paying nothing, they actually they bought my airline tickets. They pay for your flight to get wherever you want to go. They pay for Ubers. They give you money for food, and you can't even eat, for you and a companion. And that's the same with the airline ticket. They're buying y'all's flights for you and one companion to take care of you. You do have to stay there. I was in San Antonio for 14 days because they want to do at least one checkup there with the surgeon after the surgery. And then your primary care basically has to sign a contract saying that they'll do your aftercare, which is just labs, making sure that you're getting all the vitamins you're supposed to get and everything's going the way it's supposed to go. So with Carrum Health, the first thing you do is download the app, Carrum Health, and it's CARRUM. Once you download the app, you put in your member ID number for your insurance company, you put which surgery you want to have, and then they ask you who is your primary care physician. And basically, you should need to be having the talks with your primary care physician, letting them know you want to get the surgery. For me, this was a very quick process. I've been wanting the surgery. I started it before COVID, and I had made it. Back then, they didn't use Carrum Health, so I had to do the 6 dietitian visits, lose weight, all that junk. And I made it to the 3rd dietitian visit before COVID was really bad and they weren't doing in-person visits, and I just stopped. And then last year, 2021, I made the decision, like, girl, you just need to get it, because I turned 30 in August of this year, and I'm like, 30, new year, new me, you hear me? New decade, new me. So basically, I had talked to my primary care physician, told them, and she was like, girl, yeah, you should do the surgery. That's fine. I'll do whatever papers I need to do. So Carrum Health, you put in your doctor's name, their phone number, their fax number, and then they give you a patient care advocate. And what this advocate does is collect all the information you need for you. I didn't have to do none of it. So basically, she contacted my primary care physician, told her we need her labs, we need to see whatever they needed to see. And honestly, my primary care physician, all she did was like one set of blood labs on me and a urine analysis, and showed that I was morbidly obese, and it was a go. It's a green light. So then the patient care advocate reached back out to me and let me know they had everything they needed for us to continue. And I had a list of facilities where I could go to get the surgery. So they show you a list across the nation of where you can go. It's like 30 or 40 places. And you pick, I basically researched all the doctors. And well, first what I did was say which one would my mama actually go with me to. And then I researched all the doctors for the people that was closest to me. And I decided Dr. John Pilcher was who I was going to go with. And with him, I went with him because he has like 1 million YouTube videos. So I was able to watch every single video he had, which answered any question you could possibly have on VSG. So after I selected the surgeon, the doctor did, he FaceTimed me on my iPhone. He FaceTimed me, looked at me, had me, open my mouth, show him my liver and everything. And then he was like, all right, let's get this ball rolling. So I had to do, really, I didn't even have to diet. I shouldn't say that, but I didn't. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Like I started this process with Carrum Health in October of last year. I was approved for the surgery like in November. So it took 1 month to be approved. And then the surgery date was just January 5th. And the reason why I picked that day was because with Carrum Health, if you have a high deductible plan, you have to pay your deductible. If you have just the premier plans, like the gold plans and stuff where your deductible is like $500 to $1,000, you don't have to pay nothing. So I wanted to wait to the beginning of the new year because also with my job, we changed our insurance in October. So I changed it to the really good insurance so I wouldn't have to pay nothing. And it all worked out. So literally like the week before Christmas, they were calling me and they're like, okay, here's your plane tickets. This is y'all's hotel. We're going to make a PayPal account for you to have all your money for Ubers and food for your companion. They sent like $2,000 for that stuff, y'all. So it's like they actually paid me to get the surgery, which I really needed. And like I kept telling my family and like my mom, like I know I was supposed to get it because one, it was so easy for me to do. I was approved quickly. They paid me to do it. It was just meant for me to get it. So I really push surgery on people. Like if you're at the place where you've been overweight for a long time, I just think you should get it, honestly. Now, I don't necessarily think you should skip all the steps that I got to skip. Like, I didn't have to go to a psychologist. And that's a main thing with a lot of people with insurance. I didn't have to do that. And I kind of wish I would have because I realized I was mentally messed up when it came to food. Hello? So, and then I didn't have to go see like a sleep specialist or any of that. I didn't have to do none of that. So, but he also told me like when he did the video call and stuff, like if he thought I needed to see one, he would have made that a requirement. But I wasn't really a snorer or anything like that. So he was like, you're good. We're just going to book you for surgery. You're young. You're healthy. I didn't have any health issues. Like I didn't have high blood pressure. I was borderline to having high cholesterol. That was it. I don't have diabetes or nothing like that. So he was like, yeah, we're just going to do it. So it was very easy, very simple. I'm very thankful. So that's on Carrum Health. What I want to talk about now kind of is like, how did I get to the place where I needed weight loss surgery? Because like I said, this is kind of like a diary. It's just a diary that 1 million people can see. So I've been overweight my whole life. I've always been a tall girl. I'm 5'9". And I've just been overweight forever. But when I was in school, I played basketball. So you know, you always think you're fat when you're not fat. That's my goal weight now. So that was then. And then in college, you know, you get your freshman 15. And then I started smoking weed and I had the munchies all the time and I would eat all the time. And I still was okay because like I'm 5'9", so you can't. a lot of weight don't look bad on me. Like when I was 320, I didn't look 320. I probably looked like I was 270 or something. Like weight don't look what it really is on me. So it wasn't really affecting me like that. But then I had a car accident in 2015, and my hip was shattered and both my kneecaps were shattered. So like my right knee is really still messed up, and then my right hip, I have a plate and 4 screws in it. So when it came to like working out and stuff, that was non-existent because I've always worked full time. And when I get off of work, if I work out, my knee starts to swelling, my hip starts hurting. I have chronic arthritis, I have chronic pain, but I don't believe in taking pain meds. So, you know, not being able to be physically active at all made me gain about 50 pounds. So that was that. And then from the time I knew I was approved to surgery until I had to start my liquid diet, I had food funerals like every single day. So from the middle of October to December 27th, I ate out almost every day, and I gained 20 pounds because my usual weight was like 290 to 300. And then I got on that scale before surgery. Well, not before surgery, before I started my diet, and I was 320 pounds. It was the biggest I ever been in my life. I could feel it. All my injuries from my wreck were felt way worse than what they have since I've had my wreck. I couldn't breathe. It was a lot. So then, like, everybody says they have a liquid diet, and it depends on the surgeon how your diet goes. My surgeon, he had me like lift up my shirt when we were on our video call, and he seen that my liver, he said I didn't have a really fatty liver. And the liquid diet is to shrink your liver before they do surgery because they have to lift it, to cut, to get to the stomach, to pull it out. So they need it really small. And he said mine wasn't that fatty, so I didn't have to ever do a complete liquid diet. But 1 week before, I did have to do 2 protein shakes, and then at night he would let me have like chicken and vegetables. And I did that for 7 days. So doing that, I lost like 7 pounds. No, I lost like 10 pounds doing that. So that took me down to like 310. So then I had my surgery. And after the surgery, you can't eat, like you're on only liquids for 10 days. And so the whole time I was in San Antonio, I couldn't eat. I was just doing liquids. But it was fine because I had my surgery. I had the sleeves. So I didn't feel hungry. So I was just drinking water and chicken broth. And then the day I left, he released me to soft foods. So I progressed really quickly. I actually have my book right here. Let me see if it says like what the days were. I'm sure it does. Yeah, stage 1 and all that stuff. So I was on soft foods. That was my stage 2 from the time that I left there till like February 2nd. That was hard. And what I'll say is, like, I was thankful that I was able to eat something. I was eating like refried beans and stuff. But what was hard for me was I didn't lose any weight in the month of January. And I was frustrated. I was like, I did all this to get this surgery, and now I'm not even losing weight. But then, like, I even emailed my doctor, and then he calls me. He's like, Brittany, it's fine. It's the 3-week stall. I told you. And I was like, but it ain't supposed to start, like, as soon as your surgery happened, ain't it? Ain't it supposed to be a little bit of time? You lose some weight, and then you hit your stall? And he was like, it's different for everybody. Everybody's body is different. And I kind of thought he was just, BSing me. But he wasn't, because the month of February, I lost a pound a day. So, total so far, I went from 320 to 265. So, I mean, whatever that calculation is, 50-something pounds I've lost total so far. And, the hardest thing for me is like mentally it's like you're mentally still hungry. And that's really hard because physically you're not hungry. You're not. And then you do eat and then you're full after like 2 or 3 bites. So I've wasted so much money so far on like attempting to eat out. And the stuff I'm getting is healthy stuff. Like I'll get like a lettuce wrap or something like that. It's stuff I can have, but it's no point in eating out because you can't eat. And like, you don't realize how much that weighs on you mentally until after, you know, you do it. So I'm one of those just do it type of people anyway. Like you can't tell me, I can't learn from other people. I can't hear your stories. I personally just got to go through it and do it. So I've hit my head a few times. But the fun thing about this is every day is an experiment. So it's just like every day I'm trying to figure out, oh, this agrees with my stomach. Oh, this doesn't agree with my stomach. But I tell you, following what the doctor says is best because you lose more weight. So like this past week, I was really strict in just doing what the doctor told me, which was, you know, protein. And he don't push protein like that, but eat your protein first, then get your vegetables. Don't eat more than 3 times a day. He's not one of them doctors that say eat 6 to 8 times. He's like, no, because then you're going to regain weight when your restriction goes away. So I eat like, my main thing is I got to drink my water. I have to have my 64 ounces of water. And I really knock that out in the first 4 hours of the day because I be thirsty all the time. But when I drink my water, I don't feel hungry. And then you just got to watch what you eat because there is such things as slider foods. Like if I wanted to eat French fries, I could. If I wanted to eat chips, I could. If I wanted to eat candy, I could. And although you're not eating a lot and you just eat it a little bit, it's still going to stall your weight loss. And right now it's like my honeymoon time to losing the weight. So I just have to not do it. And I tell you, when you get on that scale and you see that number go down and down and down, that is your motivation to just not do it. So all that basically was the ins and outs of my surgery. If y'all have any questions, just leave it in the comments below and I will gladly answer your questions. And if enough people ask the same question, I will make a video addressing them. I do want to talk about some of the side effects and some of the cons with the surgery. So a gastric sleeve, a lot of people tend to get bypassed instead because of the heartburn. And let me tell you, this heartburn is y'all know what word I just said, but I didn't say it out loud because my mama will probably watch this video. But it's a B word. Like it really is. I had to have the doctor prescribe me Protonix 40 milligrams and I asked him for it. He did it, no problem. And I've been good ever since. But like I could literally drink water all day and I'll still have heartburn. I have heartburn right now, but I didn't eat the way I was supposed to today. So that's probably why I have it right now. But that heartburn is crazy. And I never had heartburn before the surgery. So that's the reason why he's really the one who went towards VSG because I was trying to get bypass and he was like, I don't really think you need bypass. Let's do VSG. And I probably would have did bypass. Like I probably would have fought him on it if I knew how bad this heartburn was going to be. And like what they don't tell you till after the surgery is like they want you to get that the little tube down your throat every 5 years to see like if the heartburn is burning up your esophagus or not. Because if that's the case, then you got to get a revision to bypass. Nobody's trying to get no revision. I don't think I'll need a revision, but for some people it's that bad and they have to do it like for 30% of people. So that's that. That's the number one bad side effect from the surgery. The second one is the hormones. Oh my gosh. So they tell you that you are extra fertile after the surgery. They like tell you you need to be on certain birth controls afterwards if you're sexually active, because if you wasn't getting pregnant, you're going to get pregnant. And I ain't had no pregnancies and nothing like that. I'm not doing all that. But just the hormones all together, like my menstrual cycles are so much worse. They're like the worst than they've been in my life. I'm bleeding heavier. My cramps hurt badly. And it's not even just in the stomach. Like my cramps, I can feel them in my back and they're like in my spine. Like they hurt that bad. So, yeah, that's a con. What else? Oh, and then with the hormones as well, this acne. So I come from a family of very, very beautiful women, and they have very, very beautiful skin. Both sides of my family, both sides. We have been genetically blessed to have nice skin. And from this surgery, I done had so many breakouts. And I used to break out like this in high school, but that's because I played basketball and was sweaty and stuff and was clogging my pores. There's no excuse now. And I'm just guessing. I don't know if it's because my stomach's smaller. I don't know if it's because I'm burning more fat and it's releasing more hormones and they're being absorbed into my bloodstream. I think that's it. But I don't know for sure. But like this was so ugly last week. Like my skin is so bumpy. So hopefully that balances out the more weight I lose and the more my body gets used to this process. But yeah, that's a con because I miss my skin. And I can't blame the mask or nothing. And it's crazy because we got to stop wearing masks at work. And now I got these bumps on my face and I want to wear a mask. So that was a con. What's another con? Another con is dating. So luckily I'm an open book and I don't really care about telling anybody my business. I just feel like, you're a stranger. I don't care what you think. You're not God. So I am 29 and single. So I've been going on dates, but it's so funny when you go eat and then you don't eat. You sitting there drinking water and they're like, what's wrong with you? And then you be like, I have ESG. So that's weird. And like one day I was trying to cheat. And I went to Cane's and I ate one chicken strip. Just one chicken strip. That's all I wanted. And I had to pull over and throw up. And I called my mama and I was crying. And I was like, how am I supposed to date? And I can't even eat a chicken strip. Like, I'm very dramatic. So it was one of those things where I was like, okay, just do what you're supposed to do. But dating is hard. Like, you got to be more creative now when it comes to it. So it's like if I'm meeting up with somebody or something, I'm like, let's go to the park and walk. Let's go to Dave & Buster's and play games. Let's go bowling. Because I can't just say, let's go get some food. Because I can't eat. And it's just irritating. And then I have an attitude because I can't eat. And then I'm just not the nice, bubbly Brittany, So you just got to work that out. Another con, a known con is hair loss, but I haven't gotten to that. I don't think I'm gonna get that either. I have a lot of hair, so I don't think that I'm gonna have hair loss, but I could because I'm eating way less and I don't follow instructions and take my vitamins because they taste like horse poop. So I could, but I don't know yet. I'll come back and let y'all know. Another con, it just slipped my mind. This is why I like people write out lists and stuff. I don't. That's why this video is 24 minutes long right now. But another con, I said the dating, the heartburn, the breakouts. I guess I'll just say that's all the cons for right now. It's just a lot of frustration and getting used to your new way of living. But I've learned so much and you break a lot of bad habits. And what you don't realize when you do this surgery, what you do not realize is how much you used to put into food. So, like, you always hear about people and like coping mechanisms, not having coping mechanisms, having unhealthy coping mechanisms. If you don't know what that is, that just means how do you handle life? When something bad is thrown at you, when something good is thrown at you, how do you celebrate? How do you wallow in sadness? How do you do those things? Those are your coping mechanisms. So for me, I used to smoke weed. Don't do that anymore. I work in a pharmacy. I can't do that. I used to smoke cigarettes, had to stop for the surgery. Don't want to pick it back up because smoking kills. And then I would drink. I would sip my wine. You can't really do that on this surgery. And I got a story with that too. But you can't really do that with this surgery. So you're not smoking, you're not drinking, you're not eating. And I had to realize how much I put into eating. Like my mama used to say all the time, like, Brittany, you're so happy when you eat because one, I'm just a happy person, but I love good food. I can cook. My family can cook. I love good food. I'm a foodie. So she'd be like, you just put so much into food. She used to say that all the time. And then I didn't realize till after the surgery that I did, because now that I can't eat, smoke, drink, and then you don't want to be having sex with people you don't know, all that, it's like I have so much time. What do you do? I can pray. I can watch my YouTube sermons. I can paint. I've been painting. I've gotten coloring books. I've opened my PCAT book, which is the pharmacy school admission test book, which I opened in years, but I finally opened it because I'm like, well, you worked on your body. So once you get that done, now you can work on your professional life. You just realize how much time you have. I had time to make a YouTube video over this surgery. Like, you just don't realize it. Like, I don't have kids or anything like that. So I don't have anything else to occupy my time other than working on myself. So it's just like, what do you do? So a lot of people pick up the gym. I'm not going to mess up this setup and try to show y'all my bike and junk. I got a bike. I've been doing dumbbells because you don't want a whole bunch of extra skin, but as y'all can see, I'm getting it anyway. What else have I done? I've did YouTube home workouts and all that stuff is cool and stuff, but you just don't realize how much of your time went into eating. My 30-minute lunch break seems so much longer because I'm not eating during my lunch break. And if I am, I'm done in like 5 minutes. You're supposed to chew slow, but I can barely eat that much anyway. I eat like half a grilled chicken strip and some steamed veggies, and that's it. I'm done in 5 minutes, and then I got 25 minutes left on my lunch break. So it's a major, major lifestyle change, and I'm really excited for it. It's just you don't realize it until after you have it. And that's why I said, like, on the psychological part, I see why they make people go to the psychologist, because I think I probably would have been more prepared for it. But I'm not hurting myself or nothing. I'm a mentally strong person. It's just, I realize it's self-realization. It's self-realization that, yes, life is different now. So things that I'm looking forward to is losing more weight. Because it's like now I'm still big, but I'm comfortable because, like I said, I've been overweight my whole life, and now I'm like the size I was in college and everything. So it's like I'm comfortable. So everything I lose now is just exciting because it's like, everything I lose now is going on my body, yada yada. You hear me? And I realize I do have like social anxiety when it comes to being around a lot of people because I set high standards for myself and where I should be in life. And I don't go out a lot because I'm not where I want to be. So I would say since the surgery, I've grown out more because it's like, oh, I'm getting more comfortable in my skin again physically. I've never thought I was ugly. I just knew I was overweight. So physically, it's like, oh, okay, I'm getting body, yada, yada. And then career-wise, I'm getting that stuff in order too, but that's a whole nother subject. So that's healthy for me. And like my family even tell you, like, I'm a straight shooter. So, Brittany, will you do this? No. Brittany, will you go here? No. Brittany, will you be here? No. Brittany, will you come home for this holiday? No. But this year, they've gotten a few yeses. So I do see the change. It is good. So I have no regrets. I'm very happy with it. I do believe it was destined for me to get it. I believe it was in God's plan for me to get it. It's definitely not the easy way out. I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I'm a straight shooter. Before the surgery, I thought I was taking the easy way out. I did think I was. And it's not, because it's hard. Mentally, it's hard. So it's definitely not easy, and you have to work. Like, you can't, like I said, there's so many things you can do to stay fat. So that's why I say it's not the easy way out, because if I was doing the stuff I was doing before, I wouldn't be able to eat as much, but I could eat the same stuff and I wouldn't be losing this weight. So yeah, it's not the easy way out, and you do have to work out too. So that's that. And you wouldn't, I have a lot of people around me who's had like bypass. So I thought I was well prepared for it. I thought I would be good, you know, thought I knew everything I could know on it, but it's just different when you go through it yourself. So I just thought I would make this a video so that the world would know. Because like I said, I'm an open book. I don't want somebody to see me on my 30th birthday and think I'm on crack or something because I'm skinny. That's not what happened. I have VSG. So I know a lot of people don't tell their business, but I don't care. All right, y'all. So like I said, y'all have any questions, leave it in the comments. I want y'all to like this video. Y'all can share this video. If y'all know somebody that's thinking about the sleeve, text them this video. Because if I can blow up on YouTube and quit my job, I would love to. You hear me? And what else was I gonna say? I guess that's it. All right, bye y'all. Catch y'all on the next one.